So, hey guys, why is it that it's so hard to get out of our own way and fall back on something that's so comfortable and easy? So, remember in my last video, guys, where I shared with you guys that I did my 2024 taxes and how much my side income had fallen, and I was telling you guys why I think it's so important to do a side hustle, and that I was gravitating back towards being or doing something that is so comfortable for me, which is to get a job, get online, look at jobs. And I said I wasn't going to do that because I was going to continue doing what I'm doing part-time at the retail store that I work at, and then focus on growing this YouTube channel. Well, guess what? I had my coffee this morning, and that's the one thing that I started doing, was going back towards Indeed, looking at seeing what's out there as far as jobs, and once again started getting in my head about why I need to find a job, I need security, blah 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 blah. So I want to share this video why I think it's so easy to just let that little voice creep back in your head, make you think that you're not good enough or you don't have what it takes to do, and therefore you need to go back and get a job. At least that's what I'm experiencing. And if this is you guys, I want to kind of share with you guys why I think this is so easy to do. So hey guys, if you are new here, my name is Susan Velez, and on this channel we talk about making money, saving money, investing money, and taking care of our health, especially if you're late to saving for catching up for retirement like me. So yeah, guys, I woke up this morning, made my coffee, and started searching the job want ads, because that little voice in my head said I had to get a job because I need more money and I need to put more money into my investments. And if I'm all about retirement. That's all that I think about, because I know that I'm not ready to do there. And to actually retire, if I had to retire today, our life would drastically change for the worse, because first of all, we don't have a lot of investments saved up. We have been saving diligently and consistently in the last few years, but it's nowhere near what we need to be able to retire. And so that little voice in my head just gets back into my head saying that I need to go and find a job because that's what I am familiar with. And so I spend the last hour trying to find something online and get depressed because I see that most jobs pay about $16, $17, maybe $18 an hour. It's not even a lot. And actually $18 if you're lucky to find a job that pays $18 an hour where I live, because jobs just don't pay, especially if you don't especially if you don't have a professional, if you can't go out and get a really good job because you went to school and got an actual degree like a bachelor's or a master's. For those of us who don't have that type of skill, then it's hard to find a good paying job. So with me going back and gravitating towards I need to find a job, that's just me being scared of pursuing what it is I want to pursue, and pursuing this YouTube channel of growing my side business while I work at Home Depot, because it's so easy to fall back into that whole I need somebody to take care of me. I want to get an employer, because it's so easy to just show up and go to a job. So most of us are willing to go to a job even if we're not happy, and we spend our whole time there, our whole life, investing ourselves into this job that doesn't give us the freedom that we really want. But if you're like me, guys, the reason that you're pursuing something, the reason that you're trying to take care of yourself right now when you're young and trying to really buy your freedom is because you want to experience something. You want to go out and experience life on your terms. You don't want to go to a job. You don't want to be stuck at a job forever, or be stuck there 40 hours a week and then have nothing to show for it when the time comes that you have to retire. So yeah, guys, I found myself going to a job and looking for another job. I actually submitted some applications because I felt like, well, I need money. My online business isn't making near what I want to make. So it would just be easier for me to go find a job. Why do we do that? And I know I said that we're ingrained from a young age to go to high school, go to college, and then as soon as you get done with high school, you either go to college or you get a job. If you don't go to college, you start working right out of high school. So you start working at 18 if you go out on your own. I know a lot of younger generation right now, they're not working. They stay at home with their parents a lot longer than when we stayed with our parents. We moved out a lot younger, so life was different back then. But it's still ingrained into you to go to school, go to college, get an education, and then go to a job. And most of us, a lot of people, stay at a job forever thinking that when you retire, you're going to be set. And for most part, a lot of people who are diligent and save understand the whole process of how wealth works, how to invest and save on a regular basis. Especially if you grew up in a household that your family told you that or taught you that, then you're probably going to be okay. But for those of us who did not grow up in a household that taught us that, we didn't understand how wealth worked. We didn't understand how money worked. We never saw it as a tool to create wealth. Instead, we saw money as a way to buy things that we want, to increase our lifestyle. When we earn more money, it's a proven fact that when more people earn money, they spend more money because they want to go out and buy stuff that maybe they couldn't afford before. They weren't earning enough money, or maybe they grew up in a childhood like I did when I couldn't buy stuff that I wanted and never really got to experience having stuff. So when you get older and you start earning more money, well, the first thing you go do is you start spending that money. And then before you know it, you're strapped in debt, you're stuck at a job, and you're not earning enough, and you're not saving and investing enough. And even if you are earning enough, you're not saving and investing the way that you want it, that you should be saving and investing, because you're too busy increasing your lifestyle, and that's known as lifestyle creep. So yeah, guys, it's just a vicious circle that, society has put us in, and we've allowed it. And I say we've allowed it because, well, for one thing, like I said, we allowed it when we allow ourselves to just continue to buy things that we may or may not need. And we just keep buying all the time. And instead of putting money aside and using it as a tool to increase our wealth so that we can live life on our terms, we just keep showing up at a job and doing the same thing over and over. And before you know it, you get in a rut where you're just working all the time and you're not being able to enjoy your life. So why I was going back, that is the reason that I was going back and looking for a job, guys, because that's all I know. That's all I've been taught. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys this quick video. I think that it's so important that, like I said, there's nothing wrong with working a job. I think that if you are in a position where you are late to saving for retirement like me, you don't have the savings and investments, then by all means work that job. But just know that there's more to life than a job. And if you start something on the side right now when you are watching this and you just say, okay, you know what, I'm going to be in a position where I'm going to try to control my own destiny. I'm going to do something different than just going up and showing up to a job that can lay me off anytime I want, can get rid of me whenever they want for any particular reason. They don't necessarily have to have a reason. Of course, it depends on the state you live in. If you live in a right to work state like I do, they can pretty much let you go for any reason. And you don't want to be in that mercy of that job. I mean, I know I don't, especially with us being late for saving for retirement. The last thing I want is somebody to control completely my financial future. So while I was looking for a job, I had to really sit down and determine or figure out why that is. And like I said, guys, it's all goes back to what we were taught. We were all taught that. And until you change your mindset that you can do something different, you have more in you than what people will tell you. And I know a lot of people might say, well, you don't want to go down the entrepreneurial path because it is very scary. And it can be very scary, guys, because you can be working your butt off, whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to put in all the work up front, and you are not going to make a penny at the beginning. You'll be working while other people are going out to eat, other people are enjoying their free time, other people are doing other stuff while you're trying to build your business. And it's a lot of work. I don't want you to think that it's just something that's going to come really easy. It's not. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and just for you to consistently show up. And it's so much easier to go to a job, clock in, and then get paid for your time and your effort and the production that you do. I mean, that's easy. That's easier for a lot of people than to do something on the side and build their business. I'm not saying it's secure. I'm not saying it's the right way to do things. I'm not saying it's the wrong way to do things. There's nothing wrong with holding a job. The one thing that I think is wrong is when you hold a job and you're not trying to do something for yourself, especially if you're already late for saving for retirement. You don't have a lot of time to catch up. You don't have the same window frame or time frame as somebody who's getting started working and starting saving. They have a long time for their investments to grow. Unfortunately, those of us who are starting later, somebody like me who's trying to catch up for retirement, our time window to catch up for retirement is a lot shorter. So we have to do something different. And that's why I think it's so important to do something on the side and not just rely 100% on a company, because even if you make good money, guys, the business, if you had a side hustle and it earns good money, imagine how much faster you can contribute to your catch-up contributions if you had more money than just a job. And not only that, if you had a side hustle that you could rely on when you do reach retirement and you don't earn enough money from your job, or if you wanted to walk away from that job, just having the option of being able to walk away from your job is just so huge. And that's why I think it's so important to have a side hustle of some type, whether you use that side hustle to help you pay your bills, to just live when you get older, in addition to your Social Security, and then whatever savings and investments you have is going to make a huge improvement in your life. And not only that, it's going to relieve so much stress off you. You won't have to worry about having sleepless nights because you're worried about how you're going to have to pay some bills. So if you are in the same boat with me, as me, guys, and maybe you have had a side hustle and you've watched that side hustle just dwindle, and you're trying really hard to build another one, or for some reason you're letting that little head in your, or that little voice in your head tell you that you're not good enough, that you've built one before and it's you saw what happened to mine, then you can see that that little voice can tell you that you're not good enough. What's the one reason, or why should you even try to build another one when you saw what happened to mine? Guys, if I don't continue trying to build something, nothing's ever going to change. So you have to be willing to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to do something different. You have to be willing to just have the confidence in yourself to keep going. And that's the one thing that I'm struggling with right now, is having the confidence to keep going, because it's so much easier for me to just show up to work, to watch the want ads and put in for something, hoping and praying that maybe I'll get something that pays better than what I have right now. The difference is, guys, that I am older. I don't think that it's as easy for me to find a job right now at my age right now. Not that I'm extremely old. I'm only 52. I don't think that that's that old. But when you're probably up against other people who are in their 20s, 30s, even 40s, guys, employers might not want to hire me because I am in my 50s and they have more time to train somebody else, and their insurance might cost less. I mean, there's reasons that they're not going to hire you over somebody who is younger. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to create this video because I wanted to share with you guys that it's hard for me to get out of the mindset of falling to something that's comfortable, and that comfortability or that comfort is going out and getting a job, because that's all I've known since I was young. And because also I have seen my other business just, deteriorate in front of my eyes, and now having the guts to move forward with this business and just be open and honest with you guys of how hard it is to maintain a business online. And that, a lot of people want to make it sound like having a business online is so easy and so simple. It is simple, guys, but it ain't easy. Simple is that you just show up, you do what you have to do. Regardless, there's no excuses. You're in total control of doing the daily activities that it takes to do what you need to do. But there's no guarantee that you're going to earn money. And that's the bad thing. And that's why a lot of people gravitate towards the easy life of trying to find a job, because you show up, once you get hired, you show up and you get paid regardless. I mean, you can be lazy, and if the job doesn't let you go, then you're probably getting paid just to be there, as long as you're on the clock. But for a YouTube channel like this, or a online business, or whatever side business that you choose, you have to do the work. You're responsible for showing up and doing the work. And even if you do the work, it doesn't mean you're going to earn any money. So, and if you do earn money, guys, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same or it's going to continue growing over the years. I mean, there's a good chance that, if you create a YouTube channel today, or that the channels that, or the videos that you create are going to earn you more money over time. But there is no guarantee that in 5 years that video is going to continue earning you money. Plus, the one thing that I have learned about YouTube, but I love it and I'm going to continue doing it, is that you have to continually create videos. And if you don't create videos, eventually you'll be demonetized, or Google will demonetize you. So that is something that you have to take into consideration. Are you willing to put yourself out there? Are you willing to do what it takes to get out there? Are you willing to stop blaming other people, take full responsibility of your actions, and just gravitate away from what's comfortable. So that's me, guys. I'm having a hard time gravitating away from what's comfortable, having a hard time stopping to look at jobs, thinking that if I just get another job, then maybe I'll be okay. But we both know that that's not the case. I mean, a job, if you have known the acronym, is just over broke. And I don't want to be just over broke, guys. I want to be able to buy my freedom. I want to be able to do what I want to do. I want to be able to experience life. And I'm not saying spend a ton of money. I think everybody has to be on a budget regardless of how much money you earn. But I want to be able to have some options. And when you make money on the side and you start earning more than your job, you have options. So I just wanted to create this video, guys, to kind of share with you guys where I'm at. I'm still having a hard time getting out of my head that I need to get a better paying job. I don't think there's a lot of really good paying jobs for someone like myself who doesn't have a bachelor's or a master's degree. So I think the best action I can do is just to continue recording videos, get into the habit of making at least one video a day, and just putting myself out there, sharing with you guys what I'm doing to catch up for retirement, take care of my health, and really just what I'm gonna do to retire with dignity. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Click on that subscribe button, guys, so that you can be notified whenever I put out a new video. Like I said, guys, I'm trying to be more consistent. I need your help. Being able to comment just help me grow this YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. You guys was taking the time to come visit me. And I know that you guys are busy. I know you're probably trying to catch up with retirement as well, too. You probably have a job. Maybe you're working on your side hustle. I cannot thank you enough. And I really, really do appreciate all the assistance you give me on growing this YouTube channel. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.